moving around. You're being loud in the background. I need silence. Thank you. Hey y'all, it's Toddy with Naughty Toddy Crochet, and I'm coming to you with a new setting. I changed my desk around so we can have a different setup and you can actually see my yarn wall, which needs replenished, but that's okay. I got selected for a pattern test by Eclectic Scribbles this week, and so during Snowmageddon, this is what I got completed. It was the pattern, and I'll have my husband put it up here, for her Swampy monster, and I made a bunch of them. Let me show you. I'm going to show you in the order that I made them. So this is the first one I made. Also, don't mind my nails. I really need to get in and get them done. They're rough, to say the least. But this is the first one I made, and this whole bag is full of them, if that says anything. I gotta show off my Virgo bag. I got this at the fair 2 years ago, and it's awesome because it's nice and big. But this is the first one I made, and honestly, probably one of my favorites. I honestly didn't think I was gonna like it as much as I do, because I use this yarn as the Swamp Monster, so I wanted to use something with brown in it, or green, and since I didn't have a brown and green that I saw at the time, I used this, like, I don't know, teal and brown, and it came out really adorable. And she's really cool with her pattern tester. She gives us a lot of freedom, and she lets you do like belly buttons, and she talks about being able to do like a booty and embellish it however you want. I'm kind of basic, and I'm not very creative, to be completely honest with you. So I forgot to do the booty on this one, but I might go back and do it later. And I didn't do a belly button on this just because I wanted to see how long it would take me, and I honestly forgot until after, and then I keep saying I might go back and add one, but I haven't yet. So there's this one. This is the first one I made, like I said. And then here's the second one I made. And I'm just gonna tell you, this is my least favorite out of all of them I made. I think they all came out cute, but there's something just off about this one. I don't know if it's the colors. Once again, I went with this green because I thought like swampy, and because I didn't know what to use this on. And now I'm thinking dinosaurs for this skein of yarn. And yeah, he's cute, he or she. It's just not, it's my least favorite out of the group. I won't say that I don't like it. It's just my least favorite out of all of them that I made. So of course, because I didn't like that one, I had to try another one to make sure I actually, for one, was doing everything right, but also, because I didn't like that, I needed to redeem myself. So I made this one, which I think is, I don't know. This is either my second or third favorite. This one isn't my favorite. I think these two are actually tied for second and third, because I can't decide between the two. And these are all in Bernat Blanket. I use a 7mm hook, which is what she calls for. And this is the last one in Bernat Blanket. Now this, God, sorry, you can see all the fuzzies on this. It doesn't help that this bag used to have fluff in it, and so when I put them in, it's just covered in fluff now. So I will be taking a lint roller to these, but this is my husband's favorite, and honestly, I don't know if it's my favorite, but it's up there. I really should have ranked these before I got on here and recorded. But out of the blanket yarns, I think it's this one. Then it's a tie for the multicolored green one that I showed you, and the blue and brown one that, or the teal and brown one that I showed you. And I added a little tooth to this one. This is as creative as I got on all of them for the blanket ones. I literally just looked at it and was like, yeah, it's plain enough to add a tooth, because I tried adding a tooth to this one and to the other one, the one that's my least favorite, and because of the white, I think I might be able to do it on one side of this one. I don't know if you can see them in the camera, but because it's kind of tan, I think I could maybe add a tooth on this side. But like this one, I tried adding the tooth right here, and it blended too much with this white. It just didn't it didn't come off as a tooth, and so I decided not to do teeth on it. I think it kind of reminds me of a goat, or like a weird cow. Maybe that's why I don't like it. It's not giving Swampy Monster. So yeah, there's those, and then, like I said, this is my husband's favorite, and honestly, I showed them all to my mom, and this is her favorite as well. So, understandable why it's up there as one of my top favorites as well. So that's all of those. And then, 2 nights ago, I made this one, and it was coming out really cute and really adorable. And I think I made it weird and kind of creepy with the eyes I chose. But that's okay. It's still really cool. I like this yarn. I actually used up a ball of yarn to make this. And I lost yarn chicken. I also lost yarn chicken on this one. I talk about that in a vlog that's coming later because we're behind on vlogs. I haven't gotten them all over to my husband to edit. But I lost, that was my child. I lost yarn chicken on this one, like right here in the body, and luckily I found another ball, so yay me for using up some yarn and going through my scraps. And so yeah, it's okay. I really love the colors, don't love the eyes, but I don't think I have enough yarn to go back and make another one and change and do like different eyes on. So originally I was telling myself I was gonna keep this, but I think I'm gonna sell it just because the eyes kind of ruined it for me. Still cute, just not as cute as some of the others. And then this one I made today because she had put in the chat that in the group chat that we have on Instagram. She had put that she made modifications based off of things people said, and so I just wanted to go back through and make sure it still worked out well and see if there was anything I noticed that might need changed or updated. But she's Eclectic Scribbles is amazing at writing patterns. There really wasn't very many issues in the pattern itself, and so I know Knotting Hook Crochet and Robin from Knotting Hook Crochet and Heather from Cottontail Crafts were both in the pattern test, and Stacy makes as well, which is really cool. So keep an eye out for their videos because I'm sure they're coming out. Knotting Hook Crochet is probably coming out tomorrow. And I know that Heather from Cottontail Crafts, no, Stacy from Stacy Makes, that's who it was, has already shown hers, and it looks really cool. But since she made some modifications and people had said stuff could be updated or changed, just slightly tweaked, I decided to make one more based off of the differences, and I made this one. This is my most creative that I got because I did something other than white horns for one. This is a variegated purple yarn. Once again, sorry about all the fuzzies. It's a variegated purple yarn for Bernat Blanket. And then this is the Just Chenille, Premier Just Chenille from Dollar Tree. And then these are, I don't know what size eyes, I'm gonna be 100% honest. They're from my eye bucket, and one day I dropped all of my eyes out of the bucket, and they all got mixed matched. So luckily these were in a bag, but it was an unlabeled bag. So I don't know what eyes these are, but I don't know if you can tell. They're purple. And so I just made a completely purple one. I offered it to my mom because she's wanting a desk buddy, but she said no, that I could keep it because I told her if she didn't want it, I was gonna keep it for myself. For one, because it took a lot longer than the others, not because of the modification. Oh, jeez, sorry, I just moved you. But yeah, as I was saying, this took longer, I think because it was such small yarn, and I was using a 4mm hook on this, and because it's such small yarn, it, and I was distracted throughout today, it took a while longer, and so I would not make a profit personally for what I would want to charge on it, based on its size, because it came out nice and tiny, but it would be perfect to go on my desk. But yeah, so anyways, I don't remember what this purple color is. It's just Dollar Tree Just Chenille, Premier Just Chenille from Dollar Tree. This is a variegated purple from Bernat Velvet, and so it says it's the same skein. It's just a spare piece that I used. And then the white is either Bernat Velvet or velvet from Walmart, because Walmart has their own brand, Homestays, something like that. I don't really remember. But yeah, I don't know if this one's necessarily my favorite, but it's up there as one of my tops. I think it's so cute. So, and I'll have my husband insert a couple pictures as well that I'll send him. But I hope you can see this. If not, here, we'll put them like this. So we have 4mm hook with, why did I just draw a blank? 4mm hook with the Just Chenille, the Premier Just Chenille from Dollar Tree. We have a 5mm hook with the Twisted Velvet from Bernat, and we have a 7mm hook from Bernat Blanket. And yeah, so this is how all of them came out, and I will give you a little more details. So we're gonna use this one as an example because it's easier to hold. Overall, it's really nice because it's almost 100% no-sew. The only thing you sew, technically, is the horns. I did reinforce my ears a little bit, because you just tie them on the inside. But I did reinforce my ears just to be safe. And the way she did these ears is awesome. I've never seen a pattern do it like this, and they kind of look like fins, but they also kind of look like cool little monster ears. And then the arms, of course, since it's a monster, are pretty long. And since this is so small, it was tedious to work in the round, but like on the Bernat Blanket, I had no issue. And yeah, it's just really cool. So, not going off of this one, but going off my Bernat Blanket, it took me close to 2 hours, but I would say I'm a slow crocheter. I think in her pattern, she says it should take you like an hour to hour and a half, give or take. So like I said, I am pretty slow, so that is why. And they come out a decent size. I haven't measured this one, but this one, of course, is extremely tiny. I highly recommend doing a bigger yarn if you're going to do it. I mean, you can technically, I think, get your money's worth if you charge what you feel you're worth. I just don't know, because if I was going to sell this, I would have to sell it for... Yeah, I wouldn't make a profit, but I would sell it for like 20, and that's not going to make a profit for the amount of time it took me. But that is just because, like I said, I was working really slow because I hate working with really tiny yarn. But I love how cute they come out. So this one I will be charging $25 for, and I think it took me about an hour and a half as well, because like I said, it's a 5mm hook. And so I think I'll get my value out of that. And then after talking with my husband, since these ones took me, it was, I think, an hour 50, hour 55, give or take, hour 57, something like that, for how long it took me. And I'm charging $35 for these. I feel like that's, for the time it took and the size that it is, I feel like that's good value. It is 8 inches tall. Like I said, I don't know how tall this one is, but if you assume, let me see, if you assume 8 inches, it's slightly shorter, so what, probably like 5 or 6 inches, which means this one's probably about 4 inches, give or take. I don't know. Yeah, so 25, 35, and then I'm not gonna charge extra for like little details like the tooth or anything. But yeah, so I think that's all I had to tell you. I might have went off on a tangent and forgot something. It's always a possibility. When this is released, it's currently Tuesday. I'm hoping my husband gets this out to you by tomorrow. Zuko, calm it down with the bone, just for a couple minutes. This will be, I believe, released on Wednesday, the 28th, because that's tomorrow. And hopefully this video goes out the same day. So, if so, it's pattern release day. Go get your patterns. I highly recommend. If I hadn't been a pattern tester, I was going to buy it anyways. And I bought a bunch of her other patterns. So, stay tuned, because I'm going to do an entire video on Eclectic Scribbles patterns, and I'm going to make every single pattern that I've bought from her and review them. So that's to come shortly. I think I'm going to make a series of those, of just reviewing patterns, but specifically if I've bought a bunch from a creator, I'm going to do one video just on that creator and their patterns that I've bought. But yeah, so go buy her pattern. This is not the best example. They come out really cute. Added the belly button, added 2 teeth. This one's also cute. Added 1 tooth. No belly button, sadly, and no booty cheeks, but you could definitely do that. I might add booty cheeks to this one since I'm going to keep it. But yeah, go get her pattern. It's worth it. I don't know what she's charging. I know she typically, I think, charges about $5 a pattern. And to me, that is completely worth it, especially if you consider selling one of them for like $35, or depending on how you do it, you'll get your money's back, or your money back fairly quickly. It'll for sure be worth it. And if nothing else, just go make it and keep one for yourself. It's really cute. Also, I did want to say, mine come out at 8 inches, but I think if you don't have as tight of tension as me, a lot of people's came out to like 10 inches and stuff. So mine are a little different because apparently I have extremely tight tension with the 7mm hook. Because I know it was Cottontail Crafts, Heather. She made it, I don't remember with what yarn. I think Bernat Blanket with a 5mm hook. And hers still came out to 10 inches. And like I said, I did a 5mm hook, and this is Bernat Velvet Twisted, Crushed, Twisted, something like that. And that's how tiny it came out. So it didn't even come close to 10 inches for this one. And this one, like I said, is 8 inches. So, what, extra 2 inches, probably like that. Imagine them that big. And go on her Instagram. She shows her own, Eclectic Scribbles shows her own one that she created, and you can kind of see the difference between mine versus theirs. I think mine has more of a rounded short head just based on how I do it. I think this is the most pattern accurate. I mean, I followed the pattern on all of them, and I got basically the same results, but I think because of the yarn and the tension I had, this is probably the closest to what some of theirs look like with the longer head compared to the rest of them. But yeah, that's all I have for today. Let me try and get a cute thumbnail. How do people do this? Okay, that's all I have. Bye y'all. Watch another of my videos, please. I'm trying to make this like YouTube thing work. Azula, shh. My dogs are loud in the background. Sorry. Alright, bye y'all.